How do you take care of yourself? Welcome to Tea at Taxevity, where you get insights from insiders who make life better, our many clients and friends. My name is Pramod Sharma, and our guest is Althea Raum. Welcome, Althea.
Thank you very much. So pleased to be here.
Now, Althea, please tell us what you do.
What I do, I work with people to look after themselves so they get strong, fit, and healthy for physically, mental, and emotional strength. I do that with fitness, nutrition, and a positive mindset.
Okay, and that's perfect because we're going to be talking about those three very areas. Now, I understand that in your business you primarily work with women?
Yes. I work with women because I find that a lot of women will not put themselves first and will not take the time for themselves. So I help them do that.
Okay.
And I also have some men.
Okay,
So
good.
it applies to both men and women, but I typically work with women. Those are the women, people that gravitate towards me.
Okay, so today's topic will be beneficial to women and also men. So
Of course.
pretty well everyone.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so when you talk about taking care of yourself, you talk about three different elements. One of them is fitness. What are the elements there?
Well, I really believe that if you have a strong body, you'll have a strong mind. So I work with clients to move their bodies every day, either with lifting weights. I'm a former weightlifter, so I go that way. Going for walks, doing intervals, taking time for themselves to move their bodies. It could be climbing a couple of flights of stairs even.
Okay, do you recommend people use things like step counters to measure their progress, or?
No, I like to do things like they've gone up a flight of stairs and they're not losing their breath, or they've walked, a couple of kilometers in a shorter amount of time.
Okay, so they're doing things as part of their daily routine, plus they're doing some additional things such as lifting weights, where maybe they go to a fitness club.
They could go to a club, or quite often people have like dumbbells sitting around because they've decided to get into a fitness program or do something on their own. My programs are such that you can do them anywhere. You could even do them in a hotel room using water bottles.
Okay, because I was thinking...
you don't have to go to a gym.
I was thinking you were going to say that when you travel, you should carry some dumbbells with you, and then...
No, you'd be over on the weight on the plane, But,
right.
So my programs are such, as I said, that you can do them anywhere, or you can just do body weight exercises. But as long as you move and feel strong, get the blood flowing through your body.
Okay, and how much time do you suggest people spend on this on a daily basis?
It can go anywhere from 10 minutes a day to 45 minutes a day, depending on how much time you have and where you want to get to with your fitness level. If you want to be a bodybuilder, then of course you need to be in the gym for a very long time. To just strengthen up and tighten up, it can be anywhere, as I say, from 10 minutes to 45 minutes.
Okay, so 10 sounds like that's the bare minimum.
Bare minimum, yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay.
And what I like to do is, when people have 10 minutes, is give them 3 exercises. They do 2 rounds of these 3 exercises, maybe 10 reps of each exercise, and change it up every day. So every day they're working a different body part, and they're feeling stronger throughout their whole body.
Okay, because here I was thinking you would say that you have to spend an hour a day, and then I could follow up by saying, well, where do I find an hour a day? But 10 minutes, it's really hard to find excuses to not have 10 minutes in your day.
You would be surprised
Really?
that people can't find 10 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
What kind of reasons do they give?
That they don't have time.
Oh.
That it's too much work. It's more than 10 minutes because they have to put their running shoes on.
Oh, okay.
It's a matter of just saying, okay, when I get up in the morning, I'll have my coffee and I'll do my 10 minutes. Or when I get home from work, I'll do my 10 minutes. Or even at lunchtime, my programs are such that you could go into a boardroom and close the door and do your 10 minutes. But it's the 10 minutes for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Course,
okay, so fitness is one of the elements, and then another element is nutrition.
Yes. I don't believe in diets. I don't believe in weighing yourself. I believe in eating healthy 90% of the time. And that means, getting your clean proteins, your carbs, your fats, and your veggies, and get everything in. And just stick to, I would say clean diet, but clean means really non-processed food, non-processed food.
Okay.
And then I say to people the other 10% of the time, go eat your burgers and fries and nachos.
Oh, so it's okay to do that on
Life's too
occasion.
short to deprive yourself of the foods that you love. So, and also if you do go out and you have burgers and fries and nachos maybe 2 nights in a row, don't beat yourself up.
Okay.
This is to be healthy. It's not to be model thin, and it's for you. Like, it's not for someone else.
Okay. Now, if people are having their burgers and fries and cheese, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
there are consequences, though.
There's always a consequence. So let's say you had your burgers and fries and you had heartburn.
Right. Okay.
Like terrible, terrible heartburn. And I tell my clients, remember that heartburn the next time you go to order your burgers and fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe don't order them.
Or order just the burger. But if you really want them, know that there could be a consequence, but there doesn't always have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's don't beat yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Life's too short.
Now, 90-10, that sounds pretty generous. So 10% of the time you can deviate.
Mm-hmm.
And you find that that's okay? Like it doesn't need to be like 99-1 or
No,
98-2?
no. I mean, we're not in for like bodybuilding contests. We're in for life.
Okay. But you're also saying that it's not necessary to weigh oneself either.
Right.
Then
Well,
how do you keep track of your progress?
you go by your clothes
Okay.
and what you can do. Like I say, walking up some stairs, and how your clothes fit. You'll know if if your clothes are getting bigger, then your weight is going down. Quite often, when people get on the scale, well, if they have a lot of muscle,
Right.
they will weigh more. And the charts that are out there today are saying, you should be such and such a weight.
Mm-hmm.
Your BMI should
Yes.
be this. And BMI is really your height and your weight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually created years and years ago for a comparison of different countries, of the heights and weights of people.
Oh.
And it's not, and the medical industry picked it up.
Okay.
So that it was an easy way to say to someone, oh, you're overweight.
Because it just seems too simplistic.
It is extremely simplistic.
Okay.
If you look at all your athletes, when I was a power lifter, I was obese, overly obese because I'm short and I carried all the muscle for what I was doing, yet I was pretty tiny.
But
I
not
was
actually obese, but obese by that measure.
Obese by that measure.
Yes, okay.
And your football players would all be obese. Your the people in the gym, that the muscle guys, they would be over on that chart. I would say probably 95% of the time.
Okay, so you're not a big fan of having lots of measurements, but just looking at how you're feeling and...
How you're feeling. Now I do use a measuring tape,
Okay.
so that people do have a starting point and an ending point, but I don't concentrate on it.
Okay.
And as I said, I don't use a scale.
Interesting.
I refuse, and a lot of people judge themselves by that number,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a wrong number. I mean, it's a number. It's not who they are.
It's just that as an actuary, I'm a numbers person, so I love all the numbers and graphs and trends, but you're right, it can be demotivating that you think you're making progress, then, wait a second, look at that scale today, what's wrong with it?
Well, it's like I always say it's like getting punched in the stomach every morning when you get on that scale. You get on it and it hasn't gone down, and it's like, okay, I'm going to have a bad day.
Okay, yeah, you've
so
got something
if you stay
there.
away from it, it's you won't have a bad day.
Okay, and the third element in taking care of yourself is the healthy mindset. Please describe that to us.
Healthy mindset. It's being positive.
Okay.
It's being positive and stop the self-talk. And I always say, if you want to be fit, think fit. If you want to be strong, think strong.
What does that mean? So let's say if you want to be fit, think fit. What does that mean?
Think that you're a fit person.
Okay.
Say it. I'm fit. I'm strong.
So
I'm healthy.
An affirmation of a sort?
It's kind of like an affirmation, yeah.
Okay.
And like, I'm going to have a great day. And walk around feeling it, thinking it, and saying it. And it'll just keep, if you keep saying it all the time, it'll think, oh yeah, I'm pretty cool.
Okay.
And, but I will say, you can't go around. You will go down the tubes. I mean, I won't say you will, but people do, have a bad day or a bad time. And I always tell people, put a timer on it.
Oh,
A
really?
30-minute timer.
Okay.
So if you're having a hard time and it's like, you start, all that negative self-talk comes up,
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, this needs to stop. Put a timer on it and go and yell and scream or do whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that timer goes off, go, okay, I've had it. I'm going to start back up again. And it's kind of giving yourself a little kick.
Okay, so for a healthy mindset, one element is having positive thoughts. Are there other things that people should be doing?
They need to set their boundaries.
Okay, and what does that mean?
When you're asked to do something that you really don't want to do,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to do it but it's too much, think about, do I really want to do it?
Okay.
Or do I have the time to do it? And what are the consequences? Or how am I going to give you that time to
Mm-hmm.
somebody? Like if someone asks you to do something, let's say, help them move.
Oh.
I know.
But there's pizza and beer at the end.
But yeah, right. So you have to decide, okay, so do I really want to help them move?
Right.
And you don't have to answer right away.
Okay.
When someone asks you something, excuse yourself. If it's on the phone, tell them you're going to call them back. If it's one-on-one, excuse yourself, go to the restroom, just so you can think about what you want to say, because you're allowed to say no.
But what if they're sneaky and they say, what are you doing next Saturday? And you say you're free.
Well, you'll have to say why. Or if they're saying, what are you doing next Saturday? Ask them why.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of stopping before you answer.
Right.
And if they say, oh, well, if you say you're free, and they say, well, we need you to help us move.
Right.
And then you'll say, well, let me get back to you on that. And then you have to decide, ask yourself, do you want to do it? And do you have the time? Do you have the energy? Do you have the strength?
Yes.
And if this is a person that asks you all the time,
Mm-hmm.
let's say the person is a mover or moves quite often.
I just wonder why they keep moving around so much.
Yeah, why are you moving? But really, like, it's for you. You're allowed to say no. If you go back to the person and say, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to help you move.
But how do you learn to say no? Because saying no is not that easy.
No, it's not, because we're nice people.
Mm-hmm.
We say yes.
That's
So
right.
you just take the time for yourself. It's kind of like respecting your own feelings.
Okay.
So as I say, when someone asks you if they want to do something, you take a minute, excuse yourself, and ask yourself, do I really want to do this? And if the answer is no, say no.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're saying, do I doing this so I get their approval, say no.
Okay, yes, there need to be good reasons.
There has to be a good reason. If you're saying, am I doing this because I really want to do it? Then say yes.
Mm-hmm. You've also mentioned the importance of trusting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How does that fit in? What does that mean?
Well, trust your instincts.
Okay.
Trust that you know what you're doing is right. Stop questioning. Quite often we question ourselves, like, should I buy that piece of furniture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's an easy one. It's not easy all the time, but you go back and forth. Or should I move? It's learning to trust what you're doing is right. So it's as you get confidence in yourself, and this is why I bring in the fitness and the nutrition and the mindset, because once you start feeling that your body, because I said before, is your physical and your inner strength go together.
Right.
So now you're trusting yourself. Like, yes, I've made progress in this part of my life. I'm eating healthier. I'm feeling better. And I'm working out, so I'm feeling stronger. And now you're feeling trust in yourself, because now you're moving forward. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but that's the way I feel, that once you have wins and you're feeling good about yourself, you trust yourself more to make the right decisions.
Okay, so it sounds like you're saying that you're relying more on your instincts, your gut feelings,
Yeah.
and if something feels right, then rather than, because I tend to be analytical, but it sounds like you're saying that rather than analyzing it too much, that your body or your mind or what that combination is saying that something is the right thing to do, then just go with that?
Well, of course, you have to be careful. You have to,
Yes.
you do have to analyze things. I'm not saying, go out and buy a $3 million couch. What I'm saying is, like the women I've worked with, it's once they feel stronger, more confident in themselves, they're trusting to make the right choices for themselves. And if they don't make the right choices, there is a consequence. So I mean, I usually let's start small, like let's make little changes in our lives so that we trust ourselves with those decisions. And then as you go further and further and further.
Okay, those are valuable tips to help us on a daily basis. And though I guess you don't have to do everything each day. So for instance, does the fitness also fit into the 90-10 rule?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes.
This is one of my 10% days.
That's okay. There you. No, again, we're always trying to be perfect.
Yes.
And if a typical thing is you join a gym, you're going to go every day, or you join a program and you're going to do it every day, and you go for the first day and the second day, and the third day it's okay, it's not so much fun, and the fourth day it's like forget it.
Right.
So give yourself permission to say skip a day.
Okay.
And if you do skip 4 days, don't give up. Just go back and do it on the 5th day. And don't beat yourself up for missing a day. And it doesn't have to be perfect with what you do in your life. Kind of ease up on yourself.
Okay, that's pretty motivating that we can make progress without being too tough on ourselves.
As I said, we're not out there to be. I mean, if you're going in for a competition like a triathlon or something, of course that's a different story. But in everyday life, give yourself some slack.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, what's the best way for people to reach you?
On my website, it's womengrowingstrong.com.
Okay.
Or you can give me a call at 416-371-9616.
Okay, well, thanks for visiting us.
And thank you very much. A pleasure.
Thanks for joining us for Tea at Taxevity. The Taxevity Insurance Advisory helps you understand insurance and bridges gaps in your coverage. There's no premium for peace of mind. How healthy is your insurance?